Okay, greetings everybody. My name is Paul Keller. I'm your host here. And chapter 26 is a big chapter, savings, investment, and the financial system. There are a whole boatload of definitions and identities from this chapter. So if you have not read this chapter, I would pause the video right now and go read the book. And then use this as a supplement, but you really do need to read this chapter. So here are a few you can expect to learn from this chapter. Okay, some information you can get, and different types of financial institutions, the major kinds of savings. This is a big one: the difference between saving and investment. Okay, and how the government gets involved is also a very important question, very hot topic a lot of the time. Okay, so just memorize these: financial system, financial markets. Okay, the difference between a bond and a stock. Okay, the best way for me to describe it is a bond means someone owes you money. Okay, it's a certificate of indebtedness, meaning someone owes you money, okay, whether it be a government agency or a corporation. Okay, the stock market is ownership in a firm. Okay, you are buying a share in a company, and if they succeed, you will share in their success, and if they fail, you will share in their failure. Okay, so there are no promises in a stock. Okay, in a bond, there is in theory a promise, although occasionally, very occasionally, bonds do default. Okay, financial intermediaries. This is where things go to where savers can give funds to borrowers. Okay, banks and mutual funds. Okay, you can put your money in a bank. Okay, you can buy shares of a mutual fund. Those types of things. Now, these are two very important definitions. Okay, private saving. So what it is private saving is taking the amount of money you use and subtracting taxes and consumption. Okay, so it's whatever you have left after you have paid your taxes and you have consumed. Okay, in a perfect world, that number is going to be greater than zero. Occasionally, that number equals zero. Okay, and for all too many Americans, this number is less than zero. Okay, meaning they're spending more money than they're making. Okay, and that ain't a good thing. Okay, you will do this for quite a while in college. Okay, because depending on the type of loan you get, the type of job you had, chances are, if you count your tuition payments as spending in that 1 year, you're spending significantly more than you're making. But that's still not a good thing. Okay, and public saving is just taking the taxes that are brought in, okay, and having less than government spending, subtracting government spending. Now, if T minus G is greater than zero, you have what is called a surplus. Okay. Okay, I'm not sure exactly what that word means because I haven't seen one in many, many years. Okay, if T is minus G is less than zero, okay, you have what is called a deficit. Okay. The extreme of this would be the Tea Party movement. Okay. And the extreme of this would be socialism. Okay. These guys would say, I don't care if the person got hit by a truck. If the government doesn't have the money to pay for it, okay, no government agency is going to provide a wheelchair. He will be on his own. Somehow he will figure it out. The socialist movement would say not only should he have a wheelchair provided, but he should have complete medical care and have access to the best doctors in the world, plus have a salary paid and many other benefits, because this person did not want to get hit by a truck. Okay, the best solution is probably somewhere in here in the middle. Okay, these are extremes. Okay, but that's just a little bit for your background. So now we have the definition of what is called national saving. So we take all of our income and we subtract out consumption and we subtract out government spending. If you'll see here, if you look at this equation, okay, this is like the good old days of Algebra 1, okay, the taxes cancel themselves. So these two cancel themselves, and so that just gives you this. Okay, so it's the portion of national income that is not used for consumption or government purchases. Okay, and I'll give you another hint. This is less than 0 in the good old US of A. There's the stars. So count all 50 of them. They're there. Okay. Okay, so this is a very fun identity. Okay, this is a very fun identity. So here is the national income accounting, okay, also known as GDP. Okay, income equals consumption plus investment plus government spending plus net exports. Okay, and so for now we're going to just leave out net exports. All we're going to look at is a closed economy case. So here, if you solve for I, okay, if you rearrange this equation here, okay, and you bring it down, okay, you subtract C from both sides, you subtract G from both sides, okay, you can rearrange that into this equation. Okay, I just did Algebra 1. Okay, it becomes this equation. Now, if you look at the national savings account, what you get is, as I said, you cancel the T's, and you get equals Y minus C minus G. Okay, whoops. Y minus C minus G. Okay, which is exactly what you have here. So these two equations are equal. So therefore, investment equals savings. Okay, these two are exactly equal. Okay, and I know that seems like a stretch, okay, but it's actually true. Okay, and that's an identity that you probably want to remember. Okay, I've already talked about these slides. This is what a budget surplus looks like. This is what a budget deficit looks like. Okay, we see a lot of these. Okay, and these are kind of like seeing the Loch Ness Monster. Okay, there's his head. He's got a tail. He's always ugly. It's a gloomy day in Scotland. Okay, and he's in the water. That's what a gloomy day looks like. Next slide. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I am going to pause this and let you take some time to do this calculation. So look through this problem, see if you can figure it out, take out a piece of paper, make your best, most educated guess, and then click on the next lecture.